test ride. Cool for that. So today I rode over to the Indian dealership of southeastern Virginia in Newport News to have a word with the owner Ed about getting a new seat for my 2018 Chieftain, and I was offered the opportunity to do a test ride on the new FTR1200. It is not the S version, it's the one with the clock. As I climb aboard, I notice how tall this bike is. I'm 5'11" with a 32-inch inseam. It's tall for me, I was on my toes.
It's a little different. I always reach up here for the turn signals when I'm riding this thing. I have to like remember to reach down there for it. But they self-cancel just like normal.
Oh, that's loud. That is loud.
We've got exhaust coming for it.
So, pulling out of the dealership car park, the guy in the Scout is doing a test ride on that Scout with a very loud exhaust. He wants to exchange his Chieftain, the black Chieftain who stood there, for the Scout. He says the Chieftain is too heavy for him. I can understand it. The Indian Chieftain is a very heavy bike, and when it's not moving on its own power, it is a struggle. First impressions of the FTR1200. I mean, I'm still in the car park, but first impressions, very tall bike. I can feel as I twist the throttle just move up to the starting position to turn into this road. This is going to be a hoot to ride. But I keep getting my jeans caught on the metal footpeg. Keep an eye on that. So tally ho, and off we jolly well go. Oh, bally ho, this thing has got some get up and go. It's not running, it's only got a couple of 100 miles on it for a test bike, but oh my god, you've got to be careful twisting that throttle. Keeping my distance from the two riders in front of me. I'm not sure how the brakes are on this. I don't know how these two guys ride, so I'm keeping my 2 seconds. And now we're on, this is Jefferson Boulevard in Newport News, and it seems to be that this is going to be a little bit slow. There seems to be some roadworks up ahead. Might have to cut some of this out. Scout ahead of me sounds sweet. It's got a custom exhaust, so I'm not sure which one it is. I'll maybe check when I get back to the dealership. I'm just here. I was weaving backwards and forwards to see how it was feeling. Feels pretty good. So, and there's not too much traffic. Really nice bike to ride. And as I was saying, I'm 5'11" with 32-inch inseam. I think this bike is a little bit too tall. I may get used to it in time, but I can't say that it means that it's comfortable. But when I do twist the throttle, I have the definite impression that this is going to give me claw hands. Trying to hang on, it has wicked So here, Jefferson's age-old problem, running into traffic. I think after this bit, I will end up cutting some of this out.
How you like it?
It's interesting. It's a nice bike. Very tall. Yeah, I'm on my tiptoes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, here we go again. Let's see how far we get before we have to stop. That Scout has got a lovely exhaust note. Some of this out because it was getting a bit too long. We did spend a long time on Jefferson Highway. So that's where the cut was. You saw it. We've got some decent speed now. Got past the roadworks on Jefferson Avenue, and we're just about to filter to the right here onto the I-64, heading towards Hampton. And go back to no windscreen in front of me, so there's a bit of wind noise depending on where I'm looking. But now I can get on the throttle a little bit, get this up to about 70 miles an hour. And as soon as I start getting this a little bit faster, I notice that the wind pushing against my chest is taking the weight off my wrists. Going down Jefferson Avenue in all that traffic, my wrists were beginning to hurt. So there must have been too much weight on my wrists. So at speed, the FTR1200 is an exceptionally pleasant bike to ride. Very little vibration. Feels very planted. No weave, no wobble. Just feels like it wants to go. Even really got a really good view out of the standard mirrors. And there's no vibration on them either. I suppose you get what you pay for. This is not a inexpensive motorcycle. Yeah, here I am getting on the throttle, catching up with our leader. This is a guided test ride. I would have preferred to go on a test ride by myself so I could really stretch its legs, but you know, you have to do what the dealership wants you to do. Just dropped in behind here because I think we're going off at the next exit. Not 100% sure. So my impressions at higher speeds, really nice bike to ride, really comfortable. It's a naked bike. I don't know what I can compare it to. Maybe the Ducati 1200 Scrambler, very similar bike. So the Triumph 1200 Scrambler, which I haven't ridden but I have sat on. So I think the Triumph 1200 Scrambler is taller than this. When I'm stood still on this, I'm on my toes, but not quite as bad. off the highway here. I do like the off ramps here in Virginia. You get some really tight, sweeping turns. I'm trying to keep behind the test rider in front of me. He intends to buy that motorcycle. I'm just test riding. I'm just riding this for the hell of it. So I don't want to cramp his style or his impression of that motorcycle. So back into Newport News traffic on the way back to the dealership. So I overtook the scout rider because he was just fapping about. Obviously not a really experienced rider, although he did tell me that he has a Harley Davidson Road King, and he is selling his Indian Chieftain to buy the Scout, but he was fapping about a bit. So this is the standard version of the FTR1200. It's not the one with the rider modes or the TFT screen or all the other bells and whistles you can get with it. Now I'm an old school rider. I don't need all the rider modes and all the electronics and everything. I do like ABS, but this has traction control as well, and so many things. So at this point, I've been riding for about 20 minutes in this test ride, maybe 25, not 100% sure. But my hips are beginning to ache, and my wrists ache too, because I'm sitting a bit far forward, and I just feel cramped. But I am used to the cruiser type motorcycles with my feet forward, like sitting in an armchair. So would I get used to it in time? Yeah, sure, I'd get used to it in time. Would I buy this motorcycle for myself? The answer to that is no, I wouldn't. If I was 20 years younger, maybe I would. Is it worth the money? Oh, hell yes. It is a great motorcycle. It's a hoot to ride. Anybody who has the money for this and really wants it should go out and buy it without a shadow of a doubt. Will I be buying one? I mean, I just answered that. The answer is no. So, back at the dealership, following Dave, see where I'm going to park. I'm going to park next to him, leave enough space for the Scout behind me. Ooh, I'm in the disabled parking almost. So I've dismounted, there's the Scout. Actually, I'm quite pleased to get off of that motorcycle. I enjoyed every second of it, but it's definitely not for me.
No chance of you keep falling out.
Well, at least I know the FDR is not for me.
Yeah.